how to determine how much to offer on a property you want to buy in Los Angeles. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your support, and if you could like and subscribe to this channel, that would be fantastic. But let's get to the answer of this question, which is very, very important for people that are interested in buying properties. So what information do you need to determine what should be your purchase price? What should be your offer price for the house or condominium you are thinking about buying here in our city? Well, naturally, one of the first things the buyer sees is the asking price. Consequently, that becomes one of the determining factors for a lot of buyers. However, this is a little bit deceiving, so let's dive a little bit deeper into this. It is quite a faulty logic to think that if you can buy the house below asking price, that's a great deal. Or if you are buying the house paying something over asking price, that is an absolutely awful deal and it doesn't have a place to exist. Why is that? Well, because a lot of the time, asking price takes into consideration seller's desire, which may or may not be based on comps. In other words, how do we determine what would be a good offer price for this property if the seller wants $1 million for his house? If everything in the neighborhood is being sold for $800, for $900, is $1 million a good purchase price? So even if you're gonna offer seller something less than his price, there is still a chance that you're overpaying for the house. And now let's look at the scenario number 2, where the seller still wants $1 million for his house. However, everything else in the neighborhood is being sold for $1.2 million. In this case, even if you were to overpay $100,000 over asking price, you would still be okay, because everything else in the neighborhood is being sold for 1.2. So as you can see, asking price is simply not enough information in order to determine what offer to make on this property. So what else do we need? We need comps. Comps are comparable properties of everything that was sold in the neighborhood. Ideally, comparable properties would be in the same immediate neighborhood, and they would be sold within the last 3 to 6 months. The closer to the date of your purchase the comp is, the better it is. And the closer it is in a comparison to the house that you're interested in, the better it is. But in the markets that are moving, in the markets that are changing, comps or sales that happened 6 months ago might not necessarily be reflecting the reality of the market today. The other piece of information that we would need is what is for sale in the neighborhood right now and what is pending. So what other properties are changing hands or in a process of changing hands right around the transaction time for you. Building out relationships with brokers and the colleagues of mine a lot of the time allows me to get a better understanding of what the properties that are in escrow are going to be sold for. And this information is absolutely crucial because it gives us real-time data that indicates what the trends in the neighborhood are. One of the other elements that we need to take into consideration is a current demand. How many buyers are looking for homes in this neighborhood right now? That will determine what kind of offer should you be making as well, and that will have an effect on that. And with a very high competition on the market, sometimes you have to pay to play. You have to pay a little bit more than the last guy that paid for a very similar house in this neighborhood, comparable to this particular house. That is just the name of the game, unfortunately. Real estate here in California keeps growing consistently and steady, but it keeps on growing, even though there is certain economic challenges that we are facing as Californians, as Americans as well. So yes, sometimes you do need to offer more for the house than the comps are showing you, but doing this, at least you will be absolutely educated and you will understand why are you doing what you're doing. With this said, you still need to be very conservative with your analysis and with your predictions on how much your property will grow in value in the next 2, 3, 5, or however many years. So education and information and analysis of this information. those are the elements that will help you understand what is the best offer that you could or perhaps should put on a house that you just fell in love with.